Hi friends, it's Sam, and today I'm gonna show you, I forgot what I was gonna say. This is gonna be a rough one, starting off rough already. Hi friends, it's Sam, and today I'm gonna show you how to make my vegan soft frosted sugar cookies. Ooh, so excited, love it. You know those pillowy soft cakey cookies that you can get in the grocery store in those clear containers? This is my veganized version of that recipe. So they're so pillowy and soft, they're covered in a thick layer of frosting with sprinkles on top, adorable. They kind of taste like a cupcake that got smushed into a cookie. They're so good and tender and pillowy, and I just love them. Of course, as we like it here on this channel, this recipe is pretty darn easy to make, so let's get started. Let's start making my vegan soft frosted sugar cookies. It's actually really dark in here. I hope you guys can see me okay and that it's not too grainy. To a medium bowl, add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. 2, 3. Flour. To the flour, add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Then just whisk that together and set that aside. Now grab yourself a large bowl and add 1 1/4 cups of vegan butter and 1 1/2 cups of white sugar. Beautiful. Grab yourself a hand mixer or a stand blender, and now we're gonna blend this until it's creamy and smooth and fluffy. It might be a little challenging to break up in the beginning, but just give it some time, it'll get there. There we go, getting all nice and soft and fluffy. Now that my vegan butter is all nice and soft and fluffy, I'm just gonna add all of the remaining wet ingredients. So 1 cup of non-dairy milk, we need some lemon juice, nice. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, a little bit too much there, it's fine. And half a teaspoon of almond extract. The combination of these 3 flavors, the lemon juice, the vanilla extract, and the almond extract, will make it so delicious, beautiful, fluffy, flavorful sugar cookies. So now we just mix this together. Okay, this stage is gonna look kind of weird and gross because the fat won't really mix that well with the water in the non-dairy milk and in the seasonings. It's gonna look kind of curdled and gross, but don't worry about it. It's gonna look good in just a second. So now that we've done that, we just add in the dry ingredients. Beautiful. And mix it together, and now is when it's gonna start looking cute again. Flour everywhere. All right, check that out. Doesn't that look better? Yeah. So the dough is gonna be soft and fluffy, more like a thick cake batter than kind of a traditional thick cookie dough. Excellent. So there is our cookie batter. You can either use it right away or you can chill it for an hour, which makes it a little bit easier to work with, but either way it turns out beautifully. I've grabbed a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. So just grab yourself a cookie scoop or a large spoon. This dough is very sticky, so I like to spray it with a little bit of oil to help the spoon from sticking. And grab about 2 tablespoons of dough and just pop them on your baking sheet, spreading them out nice and evenly, giving them some nice room in between. So you can see that this dough is super soft and fluffy. This is not the kind of sugar cookie that you roll out and use cookie cutters on. But I do have a recipe for a rolled sugar cookie, so if you want that, I'll put that recipe down below in the description. Woo, gorgeous. And with wet fingers, just kind of lightly pat them down a bit. The wet fingers will just help you from sticking to the cookie dough so much. So there we go, my cookies are good to go in the oven now. So I'm gonna bake them at 350 for about 11 to 14 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be filling up the next tray and keep the cookie rotation going. My cookies are out of the oven, and you might look at them and think, oh, they look kind of flat and boring looking. And that's because they are, because they need frosting. So let's make the frosting while my cookies cool. So to a large bowl, you're gonna add half a cup of vegan butter and half a cup of vegetable shortening. Now I know a few of you are gonna ask if you could just use all vegan butter instead of vegetable shortening, and you can. The thing I like about vegetable shortening is that it makes the frosting a lot more stable, so it'll stay nice and fluffy and gorgeous at room temperature, whereas vegan butter can tend to get a bit melty and soft. So if you go the all vegan butter method, just make sure to store your cookies in a nice cool place. Keep everything cool so that it doesn't melt. 3 cups of powdered sugar, sometimes called icing sugar, sometimes called confectioner's sugar, whichever one is good. Chickpea just started eating, so crunchy. Now 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, gorgeous. And grab my hand beater again and start blending this all together. Slowly so that it doesn't poof powdered sugar everywhere like it's doing. You'll also need about 1 to 4 tablespoons of non-dairy milk. So I like to just kind of start blending and then I add 1 tablespoon, see how that goes, and then add another tablespoon if needed. Depending on the moisture level of your vegan butters and vegetable shortening, you may need a lot less or you may need a little bit more, but just make sure to add it slowly so that you don't add too much and it becomes too liquidy. Alright. So it's looking a little bit crumbly, so I'm just gonna add 1 more tablespoon of non-dairy milk. A little non-dairy milk goes a long way. There, see, it's already turned into fluffy frosting just with that tiny bit. Nice. Now if you like, you can add some food coloring to color your frosting. You could do any color under the rainbow, so this could be a great recipe for Christmas or Halloween or Easter or any given day of the week. I decided to make my frosting a super bright fun pink because why not? I like pink. Alright, cookie decorating time. So you want to make sure that your cookies are 100% cool before frosting them, otherwise the frosting can melt and that'll be no good. So I've got my cookies here. They're super soft. It's kind of almost more like a cake than a cookie. And then you just smear on a generous serving of the frosting. Beautiful. Now these cookies are delicious, freshly baked of course, but they'll also keep soft for a couple of days, which is handy, and they actually freeze really well. So if you just freeze them in a single layer and then you can put them in a airtight container and they thaw very quickly and come back to fluffy life, freeze them frosted and everything. So I've got some of my cookies here looking cute as a button. And so now I want to add sprinkles, so I can just go for it. Yeah, sprinkles. I mean, come on, how cute are these? Just the cutest cookies, I love them. All right, my favorite part, time to give them a taste test. Choose a cookie. It's like cake in a cookie form. So incredibly soft, buttery, pillowy. Very sweet and sugary, delicious. If you are a sweet tooth, this will be right up your alley. So good. As always, I'll put a link to the full recipe down below in the description and one up here as well for you. So if you want to make these sugar cookie recipes, check out that recipe. I hope you like this video, and if you do, let me know by leaving a like, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for a brand new shiny video every single Wednesday. I'll see you next week. Bon appetit!